Hey, Namaste Kapal, we are back here with video number 6, and this is all about helping you structure out your course that you've got in your mind, okay? We've already talked about some pretty cool stuff in the 6-figure course here so far, and right here, right now, it's time to have some fun structuring out your course. Now, you're going to have the exact step-by-step blueprint that I personally use myself every time I go through this scenario. And every single time I take my clients through this scenario, this is exactly what we do. So exactly what you've got here is stuff that I use with my $25,000 one-on-one coaching clients. It's stuff that I use with my partners when I'm partnering on like a project with other people. We always start with what I'm about to show you right here, right now. In fact, I just had an amazing conversation with the amazing Russell Brunson this morning. We were on Skype hanging out, and we're working on a project together for a mutual client. And once again, we are starting with the exact system that I'm about to show you here. Okay, so now the one thing that I do want to say here is that this particular video is not about what to put in your course, and it's not necessarily about how to work out what should go in your course or what you should do your course on. Those are kind of different topics, so I don't want you to kind of think here, oh, well, Liz is about to teach me what I should do my course on. I teach that in different areas. For this here, I'm going to teach you how to structure out your course, keeping in mind that most of you right here, right now, will have a course idea already in your mind. Like, for example, you might have already had success in a certain area in life. You might have become an eBay expert. You might know dogs really well. Going back to the parenting scenario that we were talking about before, maybe you want to do a positive parenting course. Okay. So you might have an idea around, exactly what you want your course to be on. And if you don't have an idea about what you want your course to be on, the one big thing that I would say to you is that ideally do a course in an area where you've already had success. Okay, just like with Social Monkey Business, how I'd already, gone from turning over $25,000 in my very first year to profiting $181,932 in my second year. So I'd had success, and I was therefore able to teach people how to have success because I'd already had success myself, and I'd already systemized out that success. And if you go, oh, but Liz, I might not have already had success. Well, there's kind of stuff that you will know, and you'll be able to go out there and find the other information as well to supplement your lacking in knowledge. And to be honest with you, I even had to do that with Social Monkey Business as well. I had to upskill in certain areas to make sure that the information that I was delivering was the right information that got the people who were taking my course the desired result. Okay, so what we're going to go through here is your very own template, and I'm kind of super fired up and super excited to be showing you this stuff, okay? So this, as I said before, when I work with my clients, helping them build out the course, I always start with this template, okay? So here's the amazing Jeff J. Hunter. I'm helping him build out the 90-10 life. He's one of my incredible clients, and I'm having a ton of fun with him. Exactly the same deal. So what I'm about to show you at the end of this video, in fact, there's a link below this video. What I'm about to show you, I've taken Jeff through the exact same system, okay? So that is number one. So he's gone through and he's structured out his course using my system. This is the incredible Kieran Atkinson. He's the separation superhero. Again, he's gone through the exact same system, the exact same template that I'm about to give to you. This is the amazing Brooks Bagrud. She's created a cool course, or creating a cool course called Wi-Fi and Yoga Pants. Again, she's going through the same system. Here's the amazing Stephen Kirby, one of my clients here too. He is the Cairo Kangaroo. Again, the exact same system. Are you getting the point here? And here is the amazing Jessica Wilson. She's creating a course called Build an Amazing Team. And she, again, is going through the exact same system. So here's the deal. The link below has, it'll take you out to something called Workflowy. And if you've never heard of Workflowy before, that's totally cool. Workflowy is something that's incredibly basic to use. So I don't want you to get bombarded with it in any way, shape, or form. But it's incredibly basic to use. And you've got a template there below. Just click that button below. and use this template as a template for you to start to build out your course. Okay, so the example that I've put in here for you is, you've got your webinar, so you'll be selling your course ideally through a webinar as well. So I've left a webinar section in there for you there too. Okay, and when you click this little button here, it'll expand for you. Okay, and then you can see here that I've started with an introduction. Now basically, when you're putting your course together, you want to help people understand what you're teaching them by virtue of building upon a foundation. So give them the foundational level information first, then supplement that with more and more and more information whilst, building upon the pre-existing information that you've already given them. Okay, so the analogy that I want you to think about there is you're helping them build a pyramid, right? So give them the solid foundation first. Don't give them an upside down pyramid. Don't kind of sporadically give them information and go, oh, well, crap, I forgot about this. So think in a very linear way. What information do you need to give them first, and then second, and then third, and then fourth, okay? So for me, and all of the courses that I've done, like with Social Monkey Business, it's a great example. It's always like, what information do they need to know up front here in order to help them understand the next module, okay? Or what must they first understand in order to conceptually get everything else, okay? So here we've got the introduction, we've got getting clear and focused, right? So and once you've clicked that button below, you'll get access to this, and you'll be able to expand these things out. You've got starting with communication, how to deal with tantrums, and what to do if your child lies to you. And you can see that they're all building upon a foundation here. And the funny thing is, I teach people the whole system on how to create, like, every single detail of, how to create a course. And you're going to be able to come to the webinar where you can find out more information about that. And where I teach, and like when I'm teaching you how to do that, it literally is like a step by step by step by step by step system where it's like tick boxes, like, what do I do next to build the perfect course? Boom. What do I do next to build the perfect course? Boom. What do I build next to build? So it's a very, very, very step by step system. So I'm teaching you what I'm teaching, what I teach people to do. Does that make sense? I hope so. So basically, I want you to think about it from a foundational level standpoint. Okay, so that's really, really, really important. Now, let me flick over to the workflow document and we'll take it from there, and I'll show you a little bit more. Okay, one second. Okay, we're back here, and basically this is when you click the button, this is basically what you're going to be able to see here. And please make a note here that you only have view-only access to this, so you're going to have to duplicate it and paste it into your own Workflowy account, okay? So make sure that you do that. So what you do basically is see how I'm hovering over here and it turns into a plus. Hit the plus sign and you get to see the basics here of how to build out a webinar. And I use the incredible Russell Brunson's perfect webinar system there. Any webinar that I do, I use that. So that's why I've put that information in there for you. Now you might want to, add in other parts in here, like research as an example. Like you might want to do some research for your course in here, and you go, competition or something along those lines. You might want to do that. Okay, so you can modify your version of this, if you want to. Now, and then you might actually, I'm just going to show you a quick thing here. So we've got the modules here. Okay, so let's just pretend that you actually want to put all of the stuff into, you can see what I'm doing here. I'm basically pressing the tab button to get them all lined up into the same, under the same umbrella. So much like folders on your computer where you go, oh, well, that was in that folder, and then that folder needs to be in the same folder there, and I've got blah, 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 blah. It's exactly the same linear structure that you're starting to use with Workflowy here, okay? So you can see here, now that you've got three things, we've got webinar information, research, and modules. If you want to just look at your modules, here you go here, you've got your introduction. You can actually close that up if you want to. Introduction, step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, boom. Okay, so every single time I build out a course, this is how I do it. And again, you just want to remember the analogy of helping people build a pyramid. Okay, so you've got to build upon the first, the groundwork first, starting with communication, step 1, step 2, step 3, reinforcing success stories, etc. Okay, now one final thing here that I'm going to put in here now is you might want to put your bonuses in here as well. Okay, you might want to, bonus number 1, bonus number 2, and bonus number 3. Okay, so when you're on your webinar, you may want to give away bonuses on your webinar, and this is a nice area to start thinking about what those bonuses might be. Okay, so I hope you absolutely love that. Again, I use this every single time that I go to build out a course. I use a workflow on a daily basis. It's just one of the tools that I just absolutely love to plan out stuff like this. Okay, so I hope you absolutely love that, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.